The lesson today is titled, Being a Servant to the Lord. Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word. How different would it have been if Mary replied, I will accept, but what's in it for me? Or, okay, but the Son of God shouldn't be raised as the child of a carpenter. Make us nobility and give us a better house. Make sure we live in comfort as we raise this king. He shouldn't be a groveling, dirty peasant. Or, this really isn't a good time for me. I don't want to get fat before my wedding. A girl only has one wedding, and who wants to be fat and ugly with a baby that's not even yours? I mean, I'll love him like he's my own and everything, but he's really a foster or a surrogate, you know. How will you reply when God asks of you to complete a task? Would you barter? Would you deny him? Or what? When he first appeared to me and said, you are about to die, but I ask this of you. Walk faithfully towards your death with your eyes open and document all the changes so that others with the more common disease will benefit of your death. I will give you a gift that you will find tomorrow, so you will know this truly happened and it was not some sort of dream or delusion. The next day, I was getting the results of yet another MRI of my brain. It was somewhere between the 40th and 50th of them, and I've had this disease since 1987. I was watching each image pop on the screen, and both the neuroradiologist, a man who was Christian, and I gaped, jaws dropped, and eyes agog at the scans. That isn't possible, he said quietly. You are seeing the hand of God, I said reverently. We'd just been witness of his great power and benevolence in viewing my MRI scan. At the core of my brain, in the section right in the very center of my brain, the amygdala, it had been excised, removed, cut out perfectly. But there's no tool of human manufacture that could do that without causing damage all the way into it and back out again, and to all of the surrounding tissues. This excisement was perfect. There was no damage to tissues from the dura, the surface, to the amygdala, nor was there a single cell damaged to any of the surrounding structures. Only the amygdala was touched and removed perfectly. This type of precision is rarely seen in any operation done by human hands, and rarely still ever found, even with the guidance of robot arms or lasers or anything. And it's never found in the brain. My scan has since been studied quite extensively. Every cell of the amygdala tissue was removed, and none of the surrounding tissue received any new damage. What does this matter, you ask? The amygdala is the locus of fear. The Savior, after asking me to walk faithfully to my death, removed all fear. the generator of fearful thoughts, the generator of generalized fear, the generator of colossal fear, that I can't do this, I'm just too afraid, sort of things. He removed that completely. That was his gift to me, to prove that his appearance to me had occurred. What a gift. I asked the neuroradiologist and the technician to have the room, and I fell to my knees, tears streaming down my face. The front of my shirt was soaked afterwards, and repeatedly saying, Lord, I am such a sinner. I am so unworthy of your notice. You can't want this for me. You can't possibly mean for me to have this. I'm sorry, Lord, but you can't mean this for me. Then I heard the whisper of who is now my blessed greatest friend. That whisper, he makes no mistakes. Oh, well, that changes the view. That calmed me down. I felt a wave of love wash over me, calming me, washing away fear, doubt, sorrow, and replacing it with tranquility and cleanliness. It washed away my self-doubt, my concerns about my sinfulness, everything. He makes no mistakes. I wasn't crying earlier for fear of death. I already knew I was dying. This was the 8th time they'd told me that. I was crying because my Lord and Savior was asking me to personally do something for him. You want to feel like an unworthy turd of a thing? Have God ask you for a favor. Nothing in the universe will ever make you feel like the lowest, like the bottom of a garden slug faster than that. Because you know you're sinful. Nobody could be a worse sinner than you. And here is God asking you for a favor. But once I heard that beloved whisper, I bowed my head, smiled, raised my head again, and declared for the first time of many, I am your obedient servant, Lord, obedient to you unto my death. I will do all that you ask of me. I am yours, and I am ready. I pray you each have the same opportunity, the same joy that I have had to dedicate myself to him, to his will, for my life. As it is, he decided that I served a better purpose alive, so I continue to live. And I continue to entirely make doctors agog because I'm missing more than 35% of my brain. More than 35%, and yet I received 3 PhDs in 1 year. Surprise! It was only through my Savior. All of my discoveries are because he has shown them to me. Not directly, not, here, look at this. They've given me the tools, they've given me the ability, and I put them all together through their glory, through their grace, and I create something out of it. But only because they gave me the skills. Glory be to God in the highest, and peace to people on earth.